Real or Mirage. Monday Mirages. It's here. It's Monday. It's 4 o'clock. Let's do the first one. Real or Mirage, James Dolan made a good decision bringing back Latrell Sprewell and other former New York Knicks.
Oh, God. Mirage.
Oh, Levack.
I would have been fine with it if he had done it any time before the Oakley meltdown. It would have been hysterical. It would have been great for PR. It would have been fun to watch. But doing it as a reaction to the stupidest fight that you could possibly have as a franchise, not just because, we shouldn't know what's going on, but also because when it's happening, there's nothing else going on. Like, the entire sports world is mocking you right now, and there's nothing you can do about it except for break out Latrell Sprewell. If I was going to a street fight, I might call Latrell Sprewell. A little street ball, possibly Sprewell. That's to quell a PR nightmare like this, I'm not calling Spree.
The answer is real. This is actually a good move bringing them back. This is trying to fix the problem.
Let's not say them. Let's talk about the one that matters. The one that everybody's talking about.
There was 9 other Knicks there. They honored former Knicks on the scoreboard.
Who?
I'll read them off if you want.
Oh, yeah, but you don't know them off the top of your head, do you?
There's 9 of them. That's a big list. Nine's a big list.
You know my point.
Bill Bradley, Larry Johnson, Kenny Skywalker, Vin Baker, Herb Williams, Gerald Wilkins.
So basically they opened a new Starbucks in Madison Square Garden.
No,
and the staff
don't do that to Vin Baker.
Where the hell has Kenny Skywalker been?
You getting ready for the dunk contest?
Vin Baker literally said, "I haven't talked to the Knicks in 14 years. I can't."
Yes,
because they don't order macchiatos in Connecticut or whatever the hell it is.
It is the right move. They sat down and said, "How can we get people to trust James Dolan? How
you think forethought went into this?
Wait, what? Oh,
of course it did.
You don't think people sat down and said, "How do we fix the problem?"
I guarantee a lot of people sat down and went, James, it's brilliant. I'm going to do it. This is going to be fantastic. Everybody, Sprewell, everyone's going to forgive me because I'm going to bring back Sprewell. But secretly, drunk Oakley is going to know that I'm turning the knife.
Your idea to fix the problem was to bring back Oakley as soon as possible. After 48 hours of saying, "Hey, we banned Oakley." No, we didn't ban him. Because they would have got crushed doing that,
I didn't say bring him back. I said drop the charges.
I don't think they can do that. The Knicks, the police have to do that.
But the Knicks have all the charges right now are Madison Square Garden versus Oakley. They can call the police department and go, "Look, man, Charles needs help, and for that reason, we're not going to move forward. We're not going to press charges." And then the NYPD can go, "Okay, well, we're going to move forward because he's violent," or the NYPD can be like, "Thank God, that was going to be a nightmare. Thank you," and move on.
That's a little sticky, too, though. I can't imagine being a worker at Madison Square Garden, watching a colleague get pushed by Charles Oakley and saying, "Well, it really didn't happen. We're going to drop that."
They get pushed every day. Nobody, and
by 6'9" former NBA guys? Come on.
All of a sudden, because he's bigger, I gotta treat him worse?
It's more of a crime.
He has trouble fitting in cars, poor guy. Leave him alone.
I think, believe it or not, it is really the right call, bringing back former Knicks and having them there, trying to make sure you look at the fans and say, this isn't an anomaly with Charles Oakley. We have a good relationship with our players. And Sprewell wanted to be there. He thanked them.
Of course, he was happy that everybody could find out he was still alive.
Carmelo Anthony and others said they liked him.
He was 2 seconds away from being a Facebook hoax.
The players were happy. The former alumni were happy. Some fans, like Levack, were not happy. I got another Knicks one for you.
You gotta aim lower.
Aim lower for what?
Like you kiss up to billionaires who, no matter what you do, aren't going to know you exist. Like you need to find a couple 100,000-aires.
Be nicer to them,
right? Because they might do something for you.
James Dolan's a very smart man. He's got a lot of money.
James Dolan does not care.
He can be my friend whenever he wants to be. Sign my paycheck whenever he wants. I don't even know who
you are, guys.
Real or Mirage? The Knicks win over the San Antonio Spurs was the most needed win of the season.
Man, in the brief moments where I've been able to separate the soap opera that is the Knicks from that game, real, man, that was a fun game to watch. That was hands down, in my opinion, the best game the Knicks have played all year, start to finish. Like, I wasn't even worried they were going to lose. Like, I was like, what year is this?
And the Spurs weren't synchronized.
Latrell Sprewell's in the Garden and the Knicks are winning. What the hell is going on here?
This wasn't a junior varsity version of the Spurs. Kawhi Leonard was out there.
Yeah.
Popovich was coaching.
Right.
He looked kind of like Santa Claus, but Popovich was out there with that look.
I'm digging that beard.
Whatever that is. We actually are on the same page on this one. It's real. Imagine if the Knicks got smoked by the Spurs. People would have been out there at the Garden with pitchforks, ready to go nuts at James Dolan, throw Melo out of the city, burn everything. They can beat the Spurs. We've thought this all year long. The team does have talent. They are good. They just can't finish games in the fourth quarter and play defense.
I mean, obviously no one would be happy with a loss, especially with the way they played that game if they somehow found a way to lose it. But if they got smoked by San Antonio, I don't think many people would bat an eye.
After everything that happened before?
Well, because all that other stuff's still going to happen.
Right. I mean, now
like Al Sharpton's starting to organize.
Right.
This is going to get bad. Remember how I said nobody was right? Everybody's getting more wrong now.
A loss would have raised the flames a bit. This tempers the flames a bit.
If you need more proof that this is stupid, on one side they're reaching out to Latrell Sprewell for help. On the other, it's Al Sharpton. Just make up, please.
I'm trying to wonder who I'd rather spend 30 minutes with. Just like one-on-one conversation. Latrell or Al?
Oh, wow, that's a tough question.
I think Sprewell actually would have better stories than Sharpton.
Yeah, but he might choke you.
Right. If you don't say the right thing, Sharpton's
just going to talk.
Right, for like 20 minutes. You're just eating your spaghetti meatballs, not listening anymore, zoning out.
I think I want Sharpton just because I want to see, because he got really weird skinny.
Yeah, he did.
And I just want to, hold a flashlight up to him and see if it comes through the other side.
Don't do. No.
No?
Real or Mirage?
If he jumps off a building, is it like one of those squirrel suits?
Don't do that.
With the fat?
The man's a reverend, for goodness sakes.
In what church?
I don't know how that works. I don't know if that's like a doctorate degree.
Yeah, exactly. I got to tell you, I actually am a reverend.
You got it online?
Yeah, I went and did a 15-minute questionnaire, and I am a reverend.
Real or Mirage? Siena basketball defeating Monmouth tonight would be a season-changing victory.
I'm going to go Mirage, but it's really me being a stickler for what you're saying. I think the season's already changed. I think that, but I could say real as in it would be a validation of the changes they've made. So I'm just being a stickler. I think the season has already changed. I think the rekindling of the relationship between Patsos the Saints and Nico Clarith, I think that's gigantic. It just shows that Patsos actually practices what he preaches. The fact that the team themselves are doing the dirty things that you have to do to win games. Man, I think that the season's already changed, but this would definitely be the sign that I'm right.
Mine is real. One part because how badly this team struggled early on, below 500. Siena fans were upset. How can this team, projected to be a top 3 team in the MAC, be so bad? But Coach Patsos laid it out. A really tough non-conference schedule. They didn't lose to terrible teams. All those teams are really, really good. Also real, because if you beat Monmouth here on the Times Union Center floor, and you possibly play them again in the MAC championship here at the Times Union, confidence is built. There's these guys are unbeatable. We can't get by Monmouth. No. You beat them before. That would be a season-changing victory.
You want to split with them, though, right? You don't want to start the argument of it's so hard to beat a team 3 times.
I'd like to beat them twice.
I think as long as listen, man, I gotta be honest with you. As long as they beat them during the tournament, I couldn't give a doo-doo about the final score of the other two.
Yeah, because that's going to decide if they get to the big dance or not, right? I got 4 more for you. Usually we do 6. I'm going to give you 7 this week.
You are crazy.
Real or Mirage, all 5 New York Mets starting pitchers will get to 30 starts this season. Terry Collins said today he believes it's going to happen.
Mirage, my man.
Look at Kyle. Kyle's upset by the question. He's like, no, guys, that's
dude,
not happening.
I got to tell you, I don't, I'm a Yankees fan, obviously. Anybody who doesn't realize that, welcome to the show. But there's probably the only thing I want to see more than all 5 Mets starters make it all the way through the season without any injuries and pitch up to their potential is them facing the Yankees in the World Series. Ooh. Because I think if they did that, if that happened, if each one of those guys had 30 legitimate starts with no real injuries, they're going to the World Series because that starting 5 is scary.
I believe that too, but I also have to go with Mirage because I haven't seen it yet. It is almost the definition of the game we play every Monday.
As a matter of fact, somebody just got hurt hearing that news. I don't know. I think it was Wheeler.
That's not true. We play Monday Mirage because you look across into the future and wonder, all right, am I what I'm seeing right now a real thing? Or is it just like a blurry imagination? Is it really there? That's what this little tease is. Look, all the Mets pitchers are healthy. It's going to be a great 2017. And then you get closer to the season. Somebody has a bad arm. Somebody overstretched. It's happened all the time. I haven't seen it happen where they're all healthy. So I have to go Mirage.
The question is, at what point during the season do Mets fans go, should have re-signed Bartolo Colon? That's the question. Because at some point there's going to be a second guy goes down and they're going to be like, damn it. They're going to have him.
You know what's going to happen is when they go interleague play, They have the DH they have to use. And I wish we had Bartolo Colon. He would have hit a home run. Why couldn't we get Bartolo back? There's a great piece right now on MLB.com on their Twitter handle that talks about like Bartolo calling it Bartoland instead of Atlanta. Like it's like all of like the most epic movie of all time. It's Bartolo Colon's helmet falling off, him tripping. Oh, it's great. Check it out on MLB.com.
What's the more embarrassing at bat? That the visual that everybody shows with the helmet and everything, or when Sandoval's belt explodes?
Right. No, it's Sandoval's belt.
Okay.
Bartolo Colon hit a home run off a Cy Young Award winner, James Shields. He didn't hit it off of some AAA guy. A Cy Young Award winner he hit it off of.
Yeah.
Real and Mirage, a non-NBA player, should be allowed in the NBA dunk contest. This is because Derrick Jones Jr. of the Suns D-League team is going to compete in this year's dunk contest.
Mirage. You got to be in the NBA to be in the NBA dunk contest. You know what I mean? At what point does this become the mixtape tour? You know what I mean?
Get hot sauce out there, the professor.
Skip to Malou to hot sauce. No, man, you got to be in the league to be in there. I mean, at least, do you want to we should make it like if you've had one 10-day contract in the actual NBA, you can be in the dunk contest.
I'm going the opposite way on this, man. I think it's real. If you're a good enough dunker, I'm paying to see a dunker. If you're a good enough shooter and you want to be in the three-point shootout, cool. I'm paying people to shoot three balls. If you're somebody who's really good at a skill like the long drive competitions in golf, you may not be on the PGA Tour, but you can crank it. Happy Gilmore made a great career after driving the ball.
That was a movie.
Oh. No.
Right, let me ask you this. Ask you this then. Then let's have a set spot each year for a D-League player or a college player or something like that, because too many of the big names are already getting out of doing it. Let's not give them the opportunity. Well, you got to see my guy in the D-League I was hanging out with. You got to see so-and-so. When I was, as long as I'm getting, big names and that dude, I probably could live with it.
I just want the best dunkers.
I don't care the best players.
I don't care where they come from. You can get a kid from high school. You can get a kid from Europe. If he's really good at dunking and we want to put him against the best dunkers in the world in the dunk contest, I'm cool with that. Real or Mirage, you, my friend, considered taking a snow day today because your daughter had a 2-hour delay.
If she had a full delay and we weren't here, I might have taken it.
So real.
Yeah, it's real. That's real. Let's be honest. It doesn't take much to convince me that I probably should take a day off. The worst is
snow days, I'm finding out, because I used to just, I used to live with my parents. As you get older, then you live with a significant other, or you live by yourself. But when you live with someone else, and that person is then given a day off, you are so pressured to also take the day off.
Right.
For no other reason than maybe jealousy, maybe the attitude of the person now you're living with.
It's infectious, too.
Yes.
Like that. Like, you see them sitting there like, I got nowhere to be and all day to get there.
Laziness is so infectious. Being lazy, sitting in your pajamas, watching Netflix. Everyone wants to do it when you're watching someone else do it.
Well, especially growing up, whenever we had these big snow days, right after school, whatever, everybody from my work and everything when we were all young in college or whatever, we would all just converge on my mother's house. And we'd sneak and we'd get drunk. I don't know why. I must. My mom's not with us anymore. God rest her soul. I don't know how she put up with me. But we call. So we literally would call them snow days. Even if we it was never day drinking with my friends. It was snow days at Levack's house. So we always as soon as everybody said snow day, I'm sitting there going, man, I could sit home, sip on a 12. Got a new bottle of Gentleman Jack. Oh.
You're here though. You're working. You're helping out the Capital Region audience, sports fans. I have one last one for you.
Okay.
Even though the bed's gone. Real or Mirage, Beyonce is really that big of a deal?
I guess it's real, but not in my world. When I heard Adele, I didn't watch. I don't watch.
Oh, you didn't watch?
No, was it? It's
the Grammys?
Yeah, I don't like award shows.
You're a big music fan, though.
I am, but not. I mean,
you don't like famous people rewarding other famous people and telling famous people how great they are.
A lot of it makes no sense to me. So, what's the difference between an album and a record?
It's a solid question.
The album of the year is 25, but record of the year was Hello. Song of the year was also Hello. So, two of those should be the same thing.
I don't have a disagreement about that. No, you're right.
Best New Artist, Chance the Rapper. I don't even know. I don't even know. Stressed Out by 21 Pilots. I remember kids using that against me. My kid going, "I'm really stressed out. The song gets me." I'm like, "No, you're not. You don't know what stress is."
Beyonce,
David Bowie had is still performing, and then Metallica had a CD. I didn't even know. Like, what's going on? There's a band called the Chainsmokers.
Yeah, the Chainsmokers. That song "Closer" it was on the charts for 20 weeks.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, Levack. That's a sign of getting older when you're starting to lose touch with current music.
I think a sign of getting older is when you care what other people think. Like, I just don't care. Like, if a sign of me getting older is that I didn't watch the Grammys and I'm actually a little ticked off that Adele, she broke one in half and gave it to Beyonce. Is that Kanye West insurance?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you finish. Oh, you gave half to B? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You can finish. Go ahead.
I have to go Mirage because there was a point during the Beyonce. It's like, oh my goodness, Beyonce is here. And then the performance, if I had to rate it, it's out of the top 5. Bruno Mars was better twice. Adele's first performance was great.
And she screwed up and everybody liked it.
Yeah, and Beyonce's just crazy. She's tipping back. Remember when you were in school and you tipped back in the chair under your desk?
Yeah.
And the one kid always perfected the lean so he'd never fall out of the chair, but the teacher would still yell at him. That's what Beyonce did.
On the floor, guys. But
Beyonce's laying there and the kids are in the stomach. She's pregnant. She's not tipping over. And then she's
properly balanced.
She's the only person I ever have known in my life that loses and still gets credit for losing. What? Imagine that was sports. Well, you know what? You played well. Honestly, we worked really hard, but that team worked harder, so we're going to give them the win tonight. That's how good Beyonce is. That's not even real, Mirage. Come on.
Yeah.
Queen Bee. She's talented, though.
Well, no, yeah, I'm sure. I don't listen.
You know who Beyonce is.
I couldn't tell you one of her songs. I couldn't tell you one of her songs. Yes, you could.
It's a Beyonce song. You take a wild guess at one.
Well, she's got that Lemonade thing out.
There you go. Okay.
But I haven't, you could play that song and I wouldn't know what it was. I've heard the references to Becky with the good hair.
All right, so you're still in touch.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm not in a coma. I just don't care. None of that makes any difference to my world. In my personal opinion, rap hasn't been good since Wu-Tang. Rock hasn't been good since 5 Metallica albums ago. and you kids don't know what you're missing. Get a little Sinatra in your life.
That is real, by the way. Those are Monday Mirages.